morning, everyone. As you all know, we are Paysauce, and my group is Abdil, Renan, Patrick, and me, Laura, who's speaking. Paysauce can be defined as a straight-up innovator or fresh solution for people at work. That's why you can know more about Paysauce. They are now focused on develop solutions in terms of payroll, but they are in the process to develop more solutions for the employment sector, such as rosters, timesheets, and other platforms that are going to help the workers in their companies. Alright, so what are the financial goals of this company? So we can summarize those in 5 main goals. The first one and most important one is become profitable while continuing to grow and develop. As I was telling you, they are in the process of developing a lot of new platforms and features in their current software. So they want to become profitable because they are in the growing stage, which means that they are just selling, but they are not getting like net income right now. The other one that is very important as well is to reach a positive cash flow. As I told you, they are investing a lot of their resources in these developing programs. So now they are like pursuing to get more cash flow, and they did it because they want to be like, of course, positive cash flow, and that's why they were listed in the NZX, the New Zealand stock market, to have more capital for their projects. The other one, well, it's very brief, it's just expand internationally because of the COVID-19. They couldn't do their plan, but their project is to go to the Ireland market. And also they want to increase their New Zealand staff or their team. And the last one is just to keep protecting their customer base, as it's the main focus of the business right now. Okay, what is the market? As I told you, they are just focused now in the local market due to the fact that the COVID-19 didn't allow them to move to another continents. So now they have a current base, a market share of around 2,500 customers. Just in New Zealand, we have different industries, but the most important are farmers, retail and services, and manufacturers. The farmers are the most important customers share right now for Paysauce. Talking about suppliers, it's very simple because this is a software provider, so we have just computer service companies, hardware equipment, and of course a good cybersecurity system to protect all the clients' data, confidential information. Yeah. Okay, and talking about the values, corporate governance, and social responsibility of Paysauce is very brief as well. They have 5 main values: just do good and be honest with customers, shareholders, and of course all the staff. Respect and include. This is basically just be like super like friendly and respect with their staff members inside the company. Fun and fresh, because Paysauce is characterized to be a very flexible company. They have the home office, they have like social Fridays, they have different programs that make their team feel very comfortable in the company. Also, we have the smart and simple, that is the main focus of the company, developing all these platforms that are very like easy to use and user friendly for the customers. And the last one is resourceful and results oriented. Talking about the corporate governance, they are based on 8 principles. In the corporate governance, we can see just their main objective: to protect shareholders, customers, stakeholders, and staff. And we can see here in the corporate governance code, the code of ethics, all the policies regarding the shareholder security trading, how the board of directors is managed, things related with the diversity, because this is very important for the company. Also, we can see how is the audit and risk committee managed, also the remuneration policies, shareholders' rights, and all the risk management. This is very important for them because they are listed in the New Zealand exchange market. So this is like very like mandatory for the organization as well. And in the last point, we can see all their social responsibility that is condensed into main programs. We have Pay Simple program that is basically the platform that they developed for the small business owners during the COVID-19, and it was just a platform to help them to run their payrolls remotely because of the situation. And also they have a very interesting program that is called Donations, and it's basically that the platform has the feature to donate to like any NGO, that can be located in New Zealand. So this is very important for the community that they are working with. All right. So talking about the financial ratios, well, we have the profitability ratios is going to be very simple, as you can see. The blue one is 2019 and the orange one is 2020. So 2020 overall has a very good result, as you can see here, better. The next one, we have the asset utilization ratios. That is basically how efficient was Paysauce using their assets. So we have very good results in receivables turnover and payable turnover. They have like less times to record all the receivables, but the only two that are very bad for now, like during 2020, is the capital asset turnover and the total asset, because they were investing a lot in new assets. All right. Here the liquidity ratio, that is very good as well. We have the debt utilization ratios. 2020 was the best year as well. And the default analysis, we just like very briefly, we did all the calculations, and we find out that 2020 has a very performance, taking into account the profit margin, asset turnover, and the financial leverage of the company. Okay, this is just the summarize of this. Well, as I told you, 2020 was a very good year, just basically because of the pricing structure that changed. They were able to raise in profits and minimize expenses. The customer base of Paysauce was not impacted by the company, by the pandemic, because they are a primary industry, so they were running their operation normally. And then the last one, it was just a result of all the things that they did in 2018. And the following. And here we can just see the trend analysis. We find out with our calculations that we have a growth rate of 107% of growth. So it's very high, and this is basically because they were able to increase their sales in a very high percentage, as you can see here. And our projections conclude in this graph. And basically the sales are going to increase, but unfortunately the net loss and the earnings before income, interest and taxes are going to decrease, basically because the growth rate is very, very high for now.
Last statement.
Yeah. Well, that's it. No.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.